This episode is powered by Pod Decks. Pod Decks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Pod Decks. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddex.com and type in coupon code. What's the code?
It's P3 Show.
Yes, that's the code. Check out poddex.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
And the movie is us like grooming this 6-year-old kid of just blood and fighting all the time.
Oh, you're potentially canceled when somebody crops out. Yeah, it's just us grooming this 6-year-old. We're done, man. It's over.
Welcome to P3. 5 picks to create the perfect package. It's time for the Perfect Package Podcast. Here are your hosts, Chad and Dave.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you. This is P3, the Perfect Package Podcast. Time for another Perfect Package. I'm Chad.
And it's your boy, Dave.
Hey, real quick shout out, our newest Patreon, Anthony from Capes on the Couch. Just send me a check, man. You don't have to be on our Patreon. Just send me money, man. It's cool. It's cool. You can still come. You don't have to buy your guest spots on here. You are always welcome.
I mean, as long as it's Anthony and not Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony's got to pay his way onto the show.
He pays double.
Yeah, because he's probably going to steal some shit.
More than likely the booze, but that's all right. Oh, man. How's it been for you?
Oh, my God. This weekend was some shit, man. So, we had those touchdowns of tornadoes last week, which threw down some trees in a real harsh manner. Well, one of my old landlords, good friend of mine for a long time, had a bunch of trees go down in his yard. So I, being a good friend, volunteered to go help. And let me tell you something. Shout out and kudos to everybody who does just manual labor all day. Because we had some chainsaws and some trimmers, and we tackled 4 trees that had piled up, and the branches were all snaggly and whatever. And by the end of it, I was just it's just wet. Like, I had to peel off all of my clothes. I was kind of limping around a little bit and generally sore. And then yesterday, I went golfing for 6 hours and then had some booze afterwards. And this morning, I wanted to die. So really my fault.
Minus the lumberjacking. It was a typical weekend for you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, those things. The golf and the drinking heavily is not out of the norm. But you add the lumberjacking in there and suddenly it becomes a slightly more harrowing prospect. So, but no, it was actually a fun weekend. It's one of those things. It sounds like some Marie Antoinette ass shit, but I enjoy getting my hands dirty and just getting into it. It was very invigorating. On Saturday night, I felt accomplished as opposed to a regular Saturday where I sit around playing video games and doing shit all.
That's great, man. That's good. I have not done much.
No?
I don't leave the closet studio much anymore. Actually, we started fostering dogs, and we're on our second foster right now, which is a pain in the asshole, but it's fine. It's a cute dog. Thank God it'll be gone this weekend.
As opposed to your normal MO, which is to have dogs that are somehow still cute, but bordering on ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how you found those dogs, but good on you. Good on you for fostering dogs. That would be rough, man, emotionally, just to we're going to tease you. You're going to have this dog long enough for it to be annoying as fuck. And then you're going to get it mildly attached to it. And then it's going somewhere else. Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm an animal person, but I'm not a huge dog person. I like animals, but a dog, take it or leave it. Cats I would get attached to for some reason. Mm-hmm. I'm a much bigger cat person than I am a dog person. Big cat fan. not a huge dog fan, but you know what I am a huge fan of?
What's that now?
Medieval Times.
Yeah, that restaurant is the shit.
You know, since we did the whole apocalypse bunker thing, I was thinking that this week we could maybe create the perfect themed restaurant
For visiting?
Yes, and dining, and I think we should make it apocalypse themed because I had so much fun with the bunker.
After the rails were completely abandoned in our bunker episode, I can only imagine what kind of nonsense might occur should we decide to delve into an apocalypse themed restaurant.
I saw a goddamn news article and somebody said that they planted the seeds from China and they're growing like crazy.
Yeah, because the assumption here that I had at least is that it's some sort of invasive species. Something that's going to fuck up the environment. And not even like, you don't even have to put in like really bad shit to have an invasive species that's going to fuck your shit up. We got plenty in the United States already that are invasive species. I'm pretty sure like cattails are invasive species. In Delaware, like there's brush fronds that you see on every open body of water and river. Those are an invasive species that have crowded out some shit that we used to, you know, have. It's probably that. Just as simple.
I'm just saying I wasn't wrong.
I mean, look,
wanting to plant those.
planting them in your bunker, planting them in our bunker, perfectly fine. Because, you know, we're going to need things that grow really fast just in case. What if we need it for kindling? Who knows?
Yeah.
We run out of firewood. Doesn't matter.
It has a white squash type fruit growing from it too.
Excuse me?
That's what it says. It's a white squash-like fruit that's growing from it.
Those are anthrax fruits. Telling you.
I'll tell you what, you eat the fruit, it cures the Rona.
That's what you say that. Somebody.
That's why they were so quick to say, no, don't plant them. Don't plant them.
Unless you eat the fruit and you get the Rona.
They know.
It could be.
The reptilian elite know.
They're looking at you and they're like, look, if we cure the Rona before the election, what are we going to run on? Whoever wins has to cure the Rona afterwards and go, see? Eh? They can't just have the Rona cured by the Chinese. Because then, how are they going to blame the Chinese for stuff? Also, if there's anybody who doesn't want to cure the Rona over here, I'm sure we didn't have some random Chinese benefactor who was like, I love America. Let's help them cure the Rona.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the opposite.
Anyway, so yeah, perfect themed restaurant, apocalypse themed.
Hell yeah.
I'm down with this. I think this is going to be a fun one.
So, an apocalypse or similar to the bunker, apocalypses?
Apocalypses?
Apocalypse
I don't know. I'm going to say it's apocalypses because I'm pretty sure apocalypses was a Greek god of some sort.
I am apocalypses.
Or a gladiator. I don't know. Maybe he's in the cage matches with the sodomy geese. I don't know.
Look, if somebody was...
That's who our star is. We're going to groom somebody to be apocalypse.
Take one of those children and groom them in the fires of battle to be apocalypses.
That's the movie right there.
That's the name of the movie, Apocalypses.
And the movie is us like grooming this 6-year-old kid to adulthood of just a steady diet of just blood and fighting all the time.
I want you to know also that I am always very careful about how I phrase some of our things because you're potentially canceled when somebody crops out, yeah, it's just us grooming this 6-year-old. And that's it. That's it. We're done, man. It's over. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a fun ride. It's all over, man.
It's not what I meant.
I know. I know that, and you know that, but somebody out there is too woke, and they stopped listening as soon as you said the word grooming. Oh, Lord.
What does that bald man know about grooming?
Look at him. Okay. Oh, okay. So apocalypses is the champion of our bunker, and also
the star of our movie.
The star of our movie, and the star of whatever entertainment we have in this theme restaurant.
I'm down with that.
All right.
Holy
so neither of us has to waste a pick on that. Apocalypse is our star at the restaurant, like the Black Knight.
Yes.
He's the one everybody knows.
Okay. So I'm going to let you go first tonight.
Okay. Jeez. Okay, we got Apocalypses. Here's what I'm gonna go with. And before we start tonight, I want to shout out while preparing for this, I sourced some of my boys, the ones that I play tabletop games with, D&D and such. They're quick to interesting ideas. And so plenty of these come from them, workshopped together with them. We'll see how you feel about this, Chad. We're going to have to end up getting some of these dudes on the show. So number one of the apocalypses that people don't think about as much, I don't think, is the one presented in WALL-E, right? Mm-hmm. Futuristic apocalypse. Pretty much everything's a wasteland, but it's not like people are gone. They're just fucking fat and kept in their floating chairs, doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
So that can't be our whole restaurant, because that wouldn't do it. But whatever our restaurant is, floating above it is the VIP section. Okay. The VIP section is for the people who are willing and capable of paying a premium price to float on their high-tech floating chairs, get meals where their portion sizes put Cheesecake Factory to shame, and they just get to look down at all the poor people eating in the regular section from their floating fantastic space above. This covers all those types. Like Elysium had that. There's always some ruling class in the far future where shit's gone to hell, and it's like we've got the people who are in the great space, and then the poor people below. So yeah, there's a VIP section
that floats.
I love it. Got a glass floor.
All right. I love that. That plays in well with mine too. Not this one in particular, but all right. For my first pick, I'm going to focus on the pre-show.
Okay.
Much like medieval times, the show starts before you even walk into where you're going to eat your meal.
Most certainly.
Now, I don't know if we'll have it be Apocalypses that speaks, or if it's going to be, the ruler of our future city. Maybe it's maybe Chancellor Ariel will give a speech. But yeah, so we're gonna have a pre-show that tells the story up till they walk through the double doors into the main dining hall. There will be a bar in the outer area here. Lots of the futuristic theming, and the theming I'm thinking is to make things look busted up, and have things looked repurposed.
Mm-hmm.
That'll play heavily into a lot of my stuff throughout it, but have I don't know, just old like tube style TVs that they have with wires all over them, and those are like the cash registers where they're ringing people up. Obviously, it's a modern computer stuffed inside, but
right,
for appearances, it looks like, oh damn, it's like a repurposed old tube style TV that they've got they're running their computer on, and all the POS systems. I know POS means many things, but like your point of sale stuff is all like that, like green font DOS looking old school programming stuff, and just everything is like low tech, high tech, I guess is the best way to word it. So like,
yeah.
But the whole pre-show area though is really the rise of Apocalypses, and this is like people coming to see Apocalypses perform. Maybe.
Okay.
But no, we're going to have Chancellor Ariel give a speech and kind of welcome everybody to our our festivities. It's it's Liberation Day.
It's Liberation Day.
Yeah, it's like we're having a big banquet for Liberation Day. There you go.
Okay. All right.
And I'll stop right there before I, do all 5 of my picks right out of the gate.
Hilarious. So this is gonna get you in the mood.
Yeah.
Get you going. It gives you like an area to get into. This is an apocalyptic scenario before you sit down.
Yeah. It's that it helps you get into character, much like Medieval Times does.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I'm going to build off of that because that aesthetic is exactly what I also had in mind for a lot of this.
Yeah. And
I'm going to go pre-show.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you enter in and you're here to see apocalypses in whatever type of show we have going on. We'll decide that as we go on. And you come in and Chancellor Ariel begins to tell you about this place and the significance of today and why it's about to pop off and get real. Before that, you have to actually navigate to the restaurant. And the reason that this is slightly difficult and what adds to the mystique of the place, okay, is our restaurant is a Waterworld's, Mad Max, mobile or Snowpiercer, Mortal Engines, mobile Thunderdome that you have to find. So you can't just, we're going to hobble down to the same, we've been there 8 times because it's right down the road. Nah, man. Our restaurant moves. And it is a big old scary future.
And what you could do is, because like Medieval Times, again, you've got scheduled times. There's 2 shows a day, maybe 3 shows on the weekends. You could do this. And how you said there's Waterworld, there's the Road Warrior, there's, all these things. The pre-show's always the same. It's Liberation Day. We're celebrating our champion is returning to our city. But until you sit down, you never know what show it's going to be.
Oh.
It's always a rotating show.
Absolutely.
So you could go, if it's not this big mobile pop-up theme restaurant, it could be, it could be in a set location for 6 months. And you could go every day for 6 months and get a different show.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's not constantly moving. It's not like,
no,
Jesus, we're inside and it's gone. It's just like, we're gonna pop up in a place, set down roots, almost like some goddamn carnies. And you can come see our shows, but eventually we got to be moving on because you don't stay in one place when we got this mobile fortress we can take all over the country. So yeah.
All right.
I'd like to think that also you don't just walk in. Like, we've got to have some interesting methods of ingress, like maybe for, handy-capable access. We have the standard like airlock sort of situation that you wander your way through to come in. But also I feel like there should be like, for the premium VIP area, you don't have to come through the shitty parts. So there's like a helicopter pad up top. And like, you can also zip line up into the restaurant if you want to. Some cool like Mad Max zip lining action going on.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
It's like a mobile carnival restaurant.
I like that. All right. My second pick is going to be an element of the main attraction.
Okay.
I'm just doing it because I don't want to lose this one. Just in case. I doubt it. Since you brought in outsiders to help you with this list, it could be anything. But I think rather than have jousting and stuff, it doesn't have to be the entire show per se, but I would like to have an element, maybe during the show, some raiders, invade the city, knowing that Apocalypse is gone. Apocalypses, that's his name. Anyway, he's gone, or she. Don't cancel me. We could flip that, change that up too. And have this, this big arena where we eat our meal around, and they come burning through in like your Mad Max style vehicles, and they come through their Mad Max style vehicles, and then maybe it's just other people, maybe it's Apocalypses himself comes in, and we have, as part of our entertainment, a good old fashioned demolition derby going down right in the middle while you're eating your food. You can just have I want a demolition derby. Big lead up just to say demolition derby. But yeah, I want those Mad Max style cars, and I want cars flipping. I want just insanity.
I think so. Here's a question for you, and this helps to establish things in my mind. Is this a true demolition derby where we just go nuts, or is this a scripted demolition derby as a part of the story? Like, do we want a specific winner or loser, or do we want to just be like, have a demolition derby and we'll determine it on the day?
I think we'll have the demolition derby happen, and maybe Apocalypses comes in at the end and takes out the last vehicle.
That was where I was going with that. I'm like, yeah. So whoever is.
It'll be scripted to the point where the last car remaining has to be one of the bad guys. And then he comes in and just tears the shit out of their car.
Because Apocalypses definitely has a way like grimier car than anybody else.
That wouldn't have made it through the entire derby. But when he comes in for the, to seal the deal, he's got it down.
Oh yeah.
And maybe that part can be scripted too, where, it's a couple of big hits and then he just like plows into this car and it just like disintegrates into pieces.
He just comes climbing out of it. Yeah. 100%. So Raiders come busting in, start up a demo derby. And then at the end, we get Apocalypses saving the day. Yep. Okay. I dig it. All right. So I'm also going to talk about some entertainment type stuff. And so you got to get the audience involved. So demo derby, super fun to watch. And probably not something that you want your audience to be involved in for various reasons. But what's something we can do for the audience? And so this whole time, they've gone through the pre-show, they've sat down, they're eating their meal. I have two potential picks for this, but I'm going to go with one of them first. And the first one is the battle that you could be involved in. Now, this is what inspired the conversation here. You know how like you go to a restaurant and you're with your family and like somebody looks over and is like, ooh, I'll have what they're having. That's literal. You see something you like, that might be the only one that's being served tonight. And if you say I'll have what they're having, that food gets put to the side, and now it's combat between you and that other patron to see who earns the right to eat that meal. And it also makes more sense, brings some actual logic to, we can't order the same thing, Tom. Oh, you were going to get the chicken fingers? I wanted to get the chicken fingers, because every meal is unique. And if you get it, I can't get it. We'll have to fight for it.
I like that.
I don't know what the combat's going to be, whether it's gonna be like foam swords or like some sort of airsoft situation. But yeah, you gotta,
maybe you could do it like a paintball thing.
That could be cool.
They could go out in the arena and fight amongst the, busted up cars from the demolition derby.
Or what if they had, so as to keep our patrons safe, what if they had like a lineup of champions you could pick? And so you get to like see, obviously you can't pick Apocalypses. That's not fair.
And this could be part of the pre-show where you have slaves in cages, people that came to the restaurant earlier and freaked the fuck out, and and you can you can upsell there and say, hey, for, $200, you can pick a slave and fight him on the main arena floor during the activities tonight.
Oh yeah. Like, get your name out there. So those could be like the general fighters that are used. But yeah, you pay money and suddenly they're yours, right? So every time somebody has a clash over a meal, they get to pick their champion. But when the champion is announced, it's, your champion, sponsored by Jimmy Two Fingers, or whatever, because you paid the extra money for them to be your champion for the evening. You get your name out there every time. Hell yeah.
I love it. I love that one.
But I'm just like, give me a reason why it's actually a problem that we ordered the same meal. Because only one of us can have it.
I love it. I love that. Plays very well with my next pick. Also getting the audience involved. I don't care if they have field trips coming to watch this.
God damn. What is about to happen?
High gore.
Oh.
We're going to have Hollywood-style special effects happening. Maybe even a section that's like the splash zone, where it's like somebody's going to get their head lopped off and your food's going to get sprayed with fake blood. It's going to be like a goddamn Guar concert.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, my God, yeah. Have an execution in the middle of it, and the guy gets up and starts running and spraying blood everywhere.
Look, we got to have experiences for everybody. Sure, there are going to be people who are like, I want to sit up in Elysium where I could just look down on all this nonsense going on. But there's going to be people who are like, I want to be in it, man. I want to be in the shit. That's where the Elysium people will just freak out start cheering like madmen when somebody's fighting and like the blood splatters upwards onto the glass floor. And they're like, yes. We have to have some sort of like system of pulleys where like somebody's job is literally just to clean the bottom of the glass. When it gets too gory, somebody up top starts snapping. Excuse me, I can't see down to the massacre. Clean it.
And that could be another element of the show too, where they lower it down and they've got the peasants like cleaning the bottom of it, and then that's when the demolition derby starts.
Oh, and it just comes.
So they're super close to it. Maybe somebody slams into it and gets it swinging.
Yeah. Yes.
I love it. Yeah. So high gore factor is going into this Hollywood style special effects. It's going to be like a goddamn Guar concert. I love this one.
Damn.
All right, number 4 for you.
All right, number 4. All right, I got a bunch left. All right. So I guess, all right, one more audience participation one. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about all kinds of apocalypses here. Mm-hmm. And so of course we have to talk about, as you know, I am terrified of the religious apocalypses. Mm-hmm. So we got to talk about one of those. And so the representation of the religious apocalypse is, again, an upsell, right? You sit at a table. All the tables are mildly themed. Like, it's not over the top, right? You might be sitting at a table that has like more Roman architecture, or not Roman architecture, but like Old English architecture. And you're sitting at like a Catholic table. Somebody else has got like all kinds of fucking pentagrams and shit on theirs. All the different tables are themed, right? Mm-hmm. And at some point in the night, the rapture happens. And if you're at the correct table, you've chosen the correct religion, you get upgraded to Elysium, and your table gets fucking yeeted up into the ceiling to go up to the glass area.
Oh my God. That's great.
Yeah. So those are opt-in tables. Not all of them are going to be that, but you can upsell people on getting one of the rapture tables, and it's a lottery.
What if everyone has a religious themed table? Well, no, you could do 50-50, but you have half of, and people can say, oh, I want to be on the religious side, or I want to be on that. And then the bad guys are the people from the religious rapture. And if they win the demolition derby, then that whole section gets raised up.
See? So it's like,
and then that other section is the high gore section that's going to continually get sprayed by blood the whole time.
So you get raised.
So
up
you've
out
got
of the
three
shit.
experiences. You either pay for Elysium right out of the gate. You pay the to be in the splash zone, we'll call it, or you just buy the regular thing, and then maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But when the religious team wins the demolition derby, you get risen up, and you get to experience the rest of it from a knockoff of Elysium. You don't have the glass floor. You're just kind of halfway up from them, but you've got an elevated view of everything happening.
Yeah. You're out of the splash zone. You're definitely above these fucking plebeians. I think if you get raised up, we give you a Texas Roadhouse like they used to do with the fucking big old bowl of peanuts, and you just throw them off the side and just hit other people's fucking tables.
Oh my God. Yeah. I like that.
Oh boy. So yeah,
That's a good one.
you can get raptured.
All right. My fourth pick, I'm surprised we've made it to 4 without talking about the food.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna tackle the food, and this is how I wrote it down, and we can elaborate from here. Real food, fake names.
Okay.
So if you want a steak, maybe it's a kind of like Fallout does with like the rad roach, and it's a grilled rad roach, or the mashed potatoes are called Insta Mash, and something cram was one, but we're not giving them spam, but some kind of appetizer that comes in a can, and it says it's canned dog food on the menu.
Yeah. Nothing is represented as what it actually is.
Yeah, it's the food can't have real names. It's like, yeah, can I get the chicken tenders? We don't have those.
Yeah.
We've got deep fried caterpillars. It's like, oh, okay, I'll have those. It's chicken fingers. But it's
Your vegetarian options are all Soylent Green of some sort. We've got Soylent Green, we've got Soylent Orange. It's up to you.
yeah.
Cuts of meat are from really weird creatures, including your like premium steak is like a side of human. Like you're just like, yeah, this is our long pork. If you'd like a long pork steak, we can cook that however you'd like.
Like a pork loin that's usually 2-3 inches around, pretty long. You do slices of it. Say that's snake.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Yeah. Where it's, visually it's like, okay, that jives with what they're saying it is, but obviously this is, whatever.
Except up in
can I get the filet mignon? And it's like, you call it like roasted raider or something like that, where it's supposed to be like a delicacy of another human.
Now here's a good question. Up in Elysium, do they get regular food, or do they get way more like how some movies or TV shows represent the like elite that get to be on high as even more degenerate and fucked up than the regular population? So like they ask for filet mignon, it's like they get to point down like almost like the group downstairs is a lobster tank, and which of the rabble would you like cooked up today? And they get to go that one. Yeah. It looks delicious.
Yeah. I think you can do that in the pre-show too, like with the people in cages. Where would you like to pick your steak? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then add to the theatrics of it as somebody comes down and like rips somebody out of the cage and takes him in the back. They bring your steak out to you later. Here's your steak with your Instamash, and
oh man, yeah. You gotta have plants where you just like the waiter points out. Oh yes, look at that one there. It's quite rotund. Would be very juicy.
Oh my God, yeah, I love that. I love that concept.
Oh boy. Excellent.
Whew, yeah. All right. What is your fifth and final pick?
Okay. My final pick is maybe a little controversial because up to this point, we've had a unique but somewhat reasonable restaurant to an extent. This one goes maybe considering the fact that we've got the gore section, this isn't going to be too bad if people understand what they're getting into. But at the end of the show, I know that having worked in a restaurant before, sometimes people hang out a little too fucking long. It's like, show's over, finish your meal, sure. But at a certain point, we need you to get the fuck out. We got to reset for our next show, or we're closed for the evening and we got a lot of cleanup to do. This is a very gory show. We need people to get the fuck out. But we don't want to just tell people, hey, show's over, time to go. We got to stay in theme, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our in theme, you guys got to get the fuck out, is the mutant breach. Show's all over. Everybody's clapped. We give them however much extra time that, everything, get a chance to eat, digest, talk to their families, and have, talk about how fun everything was. And then,
The purge starts. No.
Lights go on, and you got mutants pouring in from the sides, and they're just like turning over tables and herding people out the door as they chase them out. Like, you've already paid. It's time to get the fuck out, bitches. The mutants are taking over. And they just sweep across the whole place, making sure everybody leaves.
Oh, my God.
And you got to go. The
just corrals them to the door. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's just like, lights flashing on and off. We'll get you out of here. Especially up at the top, all of the like rich people are like evacuated to their helicopters.
I was gonna say you get like a big like a trampoline situation, like the trapeze net underneath there, and just start pitching people off of the fucking thing.
Fuck yeah. 100%. Like, if you're too fucking slow, we're gonna grab you and toss you into the trapeze net.
Just pitch you over the side of it. Okay, call back. This is Sparta.
Kick your ass over the side.
Oh my God, yes.
And for our handy-capable friends, we have easy access airlocks so that you can get out quickly.
Yes, we have ramps. They get priority. We make sure that they have vacated before the mutant breach happens.
Or, hey, look, we're not telling you how to live your life.
No.
You want to be here for the mutant breach, you can be here. We're just making it safe for you if you'd like.
Or we move them onto yet another platform.
Yeah.
So they can watch it.
I think, it's a pick. I'll talk about it in our wrap up, after our wrap up.
Okay.
I don't want to step on
wrap up
toes.
after the wrap up.
Yeah.
All right. So mine is just perfect sequence to go right after yours. I'll elaborate a little more, but I wrote down exit through the gift shop.
I'm glad I didn't say anything then. I'm glad I didn't say anything because mine was definitely a gift shop pick. All right. Yeah. You're exiting through the gift shop. Clearly.
Yeah.
We're hoarding. Our hoard says, get out. And then they push you towards the gift shop.
Yep. And in the gift shop, there's going to be like a walkthrough exhibit with some of the vehicles from the Demolition Derby. You can get a photo op sitting in Apocalypse's vehicle. Mm-hmm. Maybe Apocalypse himself is down there posing with the ladies. Chancellor Ariel's doing photo ops too.
Of course.
Maybe Chris Hemsworth's there. I don't know.
We've got a fake sodomy geese hanging from the ceiling.
That could be one of the courses. One of the meals, sodomy geese.
Would you like some broiled sodomy geese?
Yeah, but exit through the gift shop. It's the oldest play in the book. But yeah, exit through the gift shop. Have a nice little walkthrough exhibit. Lots of photo ops on the way out the door. Spend your money. We'll take it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Done.
Yeah, I was going to say we would have
credits.
sweet kits for tricking out your wheelchairs. Like post-apocalyptic wheelchair kits. So you can just have
Hell yeah.
shit dangling off of them. You get way cool tires on there. Oh my God. Exit through the gift shop. Hell yeah. You gotta.
So,
That's
to recap, Dave, you went first. You added in a floating VIP section. This is going to be happening in revolving locations that you have to find. The audience can fight for a fee. We will offer a rapture upgrade, and there will be a mutant breach if you don't get the fuck out when you're supposed to. I went second. I took the pre-show where we celebrate Liberation Day. Chancellor Ariel telling the story and bringing us up to speed. Throughout the show, there will be, at some point, a demolition derby style fight. There will be a high volume of gore, including a splash section. We'll have real food with fake names, and of course, we will exit through the gift shop.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I fucking dig it. I would go to that place too many
Every
times.
damn day. Right now, fuck you, take all of my money. And we might as well throw it on here at the end. Copyright Chad and Dave.
Oh yeah, don't take our fucking idea. You shits. Look.
So yeah.
The my favorite part, of course, the reason I end up going every day, is because I like to be in Elysium. And I like to mean mug people. Like I look down through the floor and I just throw bits of food over the edge, hoping it hits somebody. That's the only reason I'm there. Like I've seen all the shows multiple times. Now I'm just here to throw food on people.
So what did you leave on the board? You said you had a few.
One was based on, did you ever see In Time?
Yeah.
So one was that, a pay by the minute buffet. So it's just like, yeah, you get a little wristwatch when you come in. You pay for a base amount of time. This was a little bit more ridiculous because once your time's up, we're coming for you. If you're not out by the time your time's up or you haven't re-upped, you don't have to leave. But if we catch you, we're going to drag you out and take more of your money. It's a penalty.
You got to pay to get back in to finish your food.
Yep.
And get your loved ones.
Let's see. Just a general one. Themed waiters, sections for each apocalypse, but those were just kind of, I figured those would be baseline.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was, of course, everybody signs a waiver.
You got to sign a waiver.
Got to sign a waiver. Sorry. You're not going to sign the waiver. Can't come in.
I love it.
What
So
about
what
you?
should we call this joint?
I mean,
Apocalypses is kind of low hanging fruit, but
that's what I was going to say. Like, I want to call it Apocalypses, but is that too
or
deep?
Elysium.
Oh, we could call it Elysium. It could be one of those, those restaurants that's like a bar restaurant together. And depending on which side you go to, it's called something different. You know, if you go to the upper, VIP section, you're going to Elysium. If not, you're going to Apocalypses.
You could do that. Call it Purgatory. I don't know. No, but that's solid as shit. I love it. I would go 10 times over, man.
I would go all the time.
All day, every day.
Although I think, do you think this would be a great place to work? Like, you know how when you're 17, 18, you work at restaurants and shit like that? Or are we going to employ like high-end actors? Are we going to have space for the young theater-minded individuals who are like, I want to work at that restaurant?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of college people. It's going to be like 25 and up, I think, is going to be the bulk of the employees here. The young kids aren't going to, they're not going to be able to cut, the crowd shit talking them from Elysium and stuff like that.
You got to have a certain level of world weary experience to be able to just like get in somebody's face and talk real shit.
Yeah, exactly. So now I think it's going to be an older crowd that works there, I think.
We also got to have a celebrity night where we get, if we can,
Bring in the A-list.
Bring in the A-list actors to really amp up the level, right? We get our, Arnolds in here to be Apocalypses.
No, I want Tom Hardy playing.
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is Apocalypses.
He did Max. Why not?
I want Tom Hardy as the evil counterpart to Apocalypses. He does a bad guy so well.
With the Bane mask.
Yeah, we will shamelessly rip off IP, and you can't sue us.
Perhaps he's wondering why you'd shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. Oh, my God. Yeah, he just keeps popping up in Elysium. He could be pulling the strings of the bad guys from Elysium.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Chancellor Ariel's trying to get him thrown out, but he's a paying customer and refuses to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Chancellor Ariel has to be up
She
in
makes a
Elysium.
call. Yeah, she makes a call. Chris Hemsworth
Is Apocalypse.
shows up as Apocalypses, not Fat Thor.
That's the like premium experience when Chris Hemsworth shows up as Apocalypses. That's the only time Apocalypses fights on the Elysium level is when we have our celebrity night and Chris Hemsworth is up there fighting Tom Hardy. And
then anybody in the section that's near Chancellor Ariel is automatically upgraded to the splash zone, if you know what I mean. Hey now.
Yo.
All right, Dave, what words of wisdom do you have for us this week?
Mine's more of a like realistic one. If you've never been to medieval times, do yourself a favor. It's a ton of fun for everybody. Like literally everybody has a good time. It's a great show. It's good food. Just try it out, man. Just if you think you're not going to be into it, you think you're like too jaded or whatever, trust me, you're not. You will, they do a great job of getting you into it. So yeah, if you've never been to medieval times or one of those types of themed restaurants, I'm sure there are other ones as well, but obviously medieval times is the big one. Do yourself a favor, go take a big group of like-minded people who are just trying to have fun. You'll have a great time. Trust.
And don't be a bitch. Pay for the upgrade. Get in the royalty section.
Mm-hmm.
Get right up close.
Yeah.
Get in the shit. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, you will have a good time.
Thanks for tuning in once again this week. Remember to tell your friends about us. And until next time, if there is a next time, we'll talk to you then.
Deuces.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.
Perfect Package Podcast?
Do you have an idea for a future topic? Shoot us a message via Twitter, Facebook, or even Instagram. We are P3 Show across all platforms, or visit our website at p3show.com. Remember to subscribe to the show and spread the love with a perfect 5-star review. Otherwise, we may start to think you're a hater. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time for a brand new episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.
Pickle Piper Pecker, Perfect Pecker Pod Package.